Sheesh looking to walk their way up the stairway to Haven right now as they look to take this series back in a reverse sweep against Divine Ascension. Still against the wall, 1-2 down in the maps right now. But the grand finals, I mean, this is where you got to prove yourself, right, Sparky? This is where they're trying to take it all for their own name and take revenge for Divine Ascension in the group stages. But right now, they're still looking to take this map as well as the next map as splits so that it can be a breeze coming in the last one.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't have a breeze there, and Tom, I appreciate the pun. Heading into Haven for our fourth map. Again, it will be Team Shiiiish on the defense, like in every map. This is just how the pick sin bans work. They decided on defense for every single one that they had to pick, and DA decided on attack for every single one that they had a pick for. So, in this next map, I really want to see that operator play come alive. Operators, we've seen them so much in the past couple games. I think Haven really facilitates it. There's too many angles. You can't really just flash an operator over and over because he can keep switching up the sites he goes to. It can really lock down any one of the lanes, especially towards that A main or C main.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're going to get right into it now. Both teams providing our R's, and we're ending up in this Haven. I mean, not surprising to see both these players on Jets. I'm pretty sure Teddy is going to be on that. Andrew's going to be on that as well. And like you said, we want to see this operator play, right? And Andrew's already got it locked in. I didn't even load in time, and he already had the Jet insta-lock. That's how fast this guy is. And we see Teddy already on that as well. This is honestly, I think, probably one of the better operator maps in my opinion. Maybe that's just me from a ranked perspective, but whatever the case, I think Jet is, I mean, she has a playground on this one. This and Breeze, two of the best long range maps in the game, ironically, even though Breeze is a lot more open. This one is just long lanes. You can look down A long, you can look down C long, just like you said, and it's just like you cannot get away from the fact that you have an op unless you have smokes, which is what we have Gen, which is good. Wives is probably going to be also running this Astra or an Omen, depending on what his flavor is for the day. But, I mean, we'll see. Almost again, Americomp, not quite. No double initiator on the side of DA. We see, okay, there goes the Omen. There, I like to see that. That's not something you see every day nowadays, but it is still very, very flexible. You have those paranoias, you have the near sights to be played with, and those two bigger smokes, unless question mark. I mean,
there's no way that Wipes goes for the breach. No smokes, especially on Haven. It's definitely not what you want to see. And he even baited you, Anton. He's just going to go for that Astra. Astra is just one of the strongest picks on Haven, even after all of her nerfs. Just the suck is too good. The concuss is too good. All of the smokes, so much map pressure, especially on such a big map like Haven, can be exceptional going into this map. We see a double initiator setup though from Team Shiiiish, so they probably are looking to play really retake heavy. It makes sense on this defensive side, right? There's 3 spike sites. You're most likely going to be playing retake quite a bit since you can't stack all of the sites as much as you would on something like Bind or something like Ascent.
Absolutely. So I'm seeing where they're going, but I like the plays here for the time being. Jet towards this A. That's what you like to see. Have the flexibility of getting out of that long A, but they also go for this jump peek. And no, he's actually on top. He's all the way on top of it. Well, I just won't say anything anymore.
You're just getting baited left and right. DA on this attacking side. I want to see the Sage, where the Sage walls, right? If he walls towards that garage, it can really isolate where someone goes, especially if he does one of those, excuse me, one of those walls that goes forward into garage rather than horizontal, since it can really make it hard to break down multiple segments of that wall to get into the site.
Ooh, that recon, I mean, it gets insta-destroyed. There's a lot of shots going down this long C right now. Insta-pop by the Killjoy Molly, but no one wants to get aggressive on that just for the time being. But the Jet is already on top, but he gets peeked in. Wives already there to support, so the C site has been completely taken. On lock, Winchester on the flank. Wives is the one to finish that kill, but the getaway is good from Winchester. What is that? Andrew is the one player to get a kill. Very, very low HP, and there's no chance he gets pinched by Teddy on the back lines. That's a very clean pistol round for DA.
And that reminds me of that Twitch copy pasta that ends in any B hops away, because that's exactly what Winchester does. Gets the initial pick, gets the heal as well. That 150 HP is so hard to burn through, especially on a pistol, especially when they're jumping, because you most likely hit those legs. All of it ends up waiting DA that round. They're going to be able to buy up towards those Spectres. Wives on the Bulldog. He's been doing this over and over again. He's actually great with the Bulldog as well, so you love to see him on that one. Andrew Shiiiiish did buy up this Sniper, but realistically might not have that impact unless he hits those heads, since there's full armor.
Oh, this is a very, very risky buy as well. Teddy's already all the way up. There's a full blind. Andrew cannot see a thing, cannot hear anything. And Winchester does get 2. Wives does get taken out by a lucky shot from one of the classics, but it's Teddy to go for that classic run-in gun, but in fact gets shut down by the classic of Kevin. But once again, there's not really much to do, and Silvers gets caught out. He does have a rifle, but recovered only. Toucan shuts him down in long position. It's a second round for DA.
Yeah, Toucan also saved in that round. I believe he only had that ghost from the pistol. So that's a lot of econ built up. They could actually buy the operator in that 4th round if they wanted to. Teddy, though, he's just going to stick with that Phantom. You know, it seems like pretty standard. They just go super aggressive on this anti-eco because he knows he can get those picks. He wants to get those knives charged up as fast as he can. And then he has his teammates to just save up so he can get that rifle next. Rifle's on the side of Shiiiiish, though, so they're going to have the firepower for these multi-frag kills if a bunch of people head their way.
Gosh. Oh, wait, he actually... What? How does he ping one? I don't know how he saw one there, but he gets some information and even some more because Teddy is pushing up with that gun as well. Gets smoked off just in time to prevent Silver from getting maybe caught out, but the ping is not good. Teddy drops back all the way and still is playing in the corner. Slow goes out. Teddy wants to go right in. Maybe an updraft dash, and in fact he just dashes straight into the face of Silvers, and it's not even him to get the frag. Gen gets both. Wives another recovery. Gen is still alive. Winchester trying to make his way all the way through B, and he manages it. Recovers a rifle as well, so now maybe a bit of a problem for Shiiiiish because they're caught in between a rock and a hard place, and Winchester seems to be the rock because he's throwing Gen for a loop. And Replay on the flank is now the only player left alive. Toucan very low, but the other 2 players extremely healthy. A plant, but the question is for where? Not for Toucan right now. Replay, another flash is good for the blind. No one wants a challenge for the time being. He is being absolutely held right now, and the running gun works in the attacker's favor. That is mind-blowing how much damage that ended up doing in Winchester. All he has to do is breathe on Replay, and he does so. 3-0.
Yeah, Winchester there with the massive impact on the site, even though the execute itself didn't end up working out with the push from A main. They end up getting taken out, but Winchester gets 1, gets 2 in that B site, and that really just puts the man advantage in the side of DA. They're able to cleanly play that 3 versus 1, and they win the bonus. Their economy secured, and Team Shiiiiish are forced back towards that half buy.
And Ares on the side of Kevin, looking down that mid, supporting that Sky that wants to get aggressive, but it's a battle down here inside that mid. Winchester does get 1, but good support from Kevin. That's exactly what we wanted to see. The trade, though, still favoring the attack. At least there is no res for the time being.
Not just yet. Teddy has this operator. The smoke's gonna prevent him, but the shot through the smoke. Gen gets him, and now they have to go back. They want to protect that gun, make sure the op doesn't get into the enemy's hands.
He's pushing Gen. Oh, he got a bit greedy for that one, but you gotta know that they're not letting that one slip. That's a kill, not for Sage, so that still doesn't have a res, and Andrew gets aggressive. Wives is a really good adjustment on that player outside that A. And now they understand that Kevin is over here towards Garage as well. So one of these sites must be weak. Spotted is at Killjoy, so they know this A must have at maximum 1 Sova, and not even Silver is going to be outside the site looking for a lineup. That's something. It's a recon, so it's not going to kill anyone, but Swan gets walled, so he's not even going to be able to take advantage of his own recon dart. Slow going through before the wall even gets broken, just for a preemptive measure. I mean, if someone wants to walk through this, he makes a little bit of noise. Alarm bot in. No, it's actually a turret, but Not going to spot a single thing before it gets shot out. Up in heaven. The ad's responsibility to take out this player that might be peeking on through. The smoke fades and the timing is not great. The shot's even less so, and Wibes takes out both.
No charges left.
Yeah, just a good default played from DA. They wait for the pushes. They take out every single person who goes a little bit too forward, especially Andrew, Shiiiish, and Jen. And they go to that 4-0 score line. Andrew Shiiiish now on the operator. We talked about this operator play, especially on the defense, as it can lock down one of the lanes. So far, we've only seen Teddy use it. Now there's a counterpart on the other side. Ultimates are almost available from either people as well. Anyone who doesn't currently have their ultimate, they're pretty much 1 or 2 away. So any couple kills, go back and forth. Ultimate advantage to the other side.
Oh, well, you mentioned before the game even started, the suck is real nice, and Andrew gets displaced, and Winchester even another frag across the map. Replay wants to get aggressive, and it fails. Off shot lands from Teddy. Andrew doesn't even pull the trigger. Now up onto the site. Teddy wants to get aggressive with his big weapon as well. The jump shot misses, and Ad at least manages to trade Gen out. And Silver is still very worried about the C, but no one's here. Everyone else is towards this A. Even Lurk has vacated this site, is up towards that mid. Teddy gets brought back. Operator in his hands even still. Economy looking extremely promising for Divine Ascension, and Winchester wants to go hunting because of that. He's spotted. They know exactly where he is for the time being, but letting him go, wants to go for the save. Just keep their weapons on for the next.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised they even use the res there. Maybe just giving a little bit too much respect to your opponents. They really need to keep this momentum rolling, since last map, it was a wake-up call, right? They won the first two maps pretty easily, I would say. The first one, a little bit back and forth. They ended up winning it out, I believe, 13-9. The second one, 13-3. Getting a little bit complacent. They still dropped that third map, but now they want to make sure they end it here in Game 4. Don't let it get to that Game 5 where it could possibly be that reverse sweep all the way through.
Yeah, definitely, and it's still anyone's game, right? You don't want to count Team Shiiiish out. Never. And I think the main problem, honestly, you can't ignore the fact that Andrew is 1 in 5. That's unheard of. Like, yeah, okay, some games he's not exactly just popping off. Some games he misses shots, but I personally have never seen him negative in a game at least 5 rounds in. Not only negative, in fact, but he is 1 in 5. No, he's not scared. He is not afraid at all. Flash is going on to mid. Winchester surely has been taken out, and he's been a free kill for Andrew, at least in this round. So doubling his kills, very well done. He's got a lot more to go if he wants to reclaim his throne at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, but this is something I'm a little bit scared of for DA. I felt like every single time, no matter the map, that Winchester actually got killed on a flank, DA hesitate. They don't have that person to get map control for them very easily. They don't have that rock who can just go through and get the picks, have those reliable picks. Because Teddy, he hasn't necessarily been having the greatest games across the 3 maps that have been played so far. So now the decision-making needs to be there from DA. They need to decide where to go and then send at least 3 of their people towards it.
Sentry.
Yeah, Astra spots the turret, but not the other way around. And I don't think Replay... Ooh, there you go. The arm's finally spotted. And the wall. Replay now knows. Seeker's coming out, but on top of him, Teddy already is. And he misses the knife once again. He's done that so many times over the course of this series. It is mind-blowing how much it has failed. But even still, he tries to go for it. It just doesn't work. 20 seconds remaining. There's no rotating. It just doesn't happen right now. This is an Astra waiting in this A lobby. 13 seconds. They have to go towards this B. There's no other option. Into the window they go. Up towards mid. And the wall goes down. They have enough time for a plant, but only just for the time. I can't even see it anymore. The time is obscured inside that smoke. And even still, it doesn't even matter if they plant. He's stuck in that default, and the shotgun shells chime out around him, and the spray straight through. There's nowhere for him to stand, and finally Team Shiiiish take a round.
Yeah, Team Shiiiish, like you said, don't count them out just yet. They use their utility well. They find they find Winchester, excuse me, and they find that lurk. That's a lot of map pressure that can then be reclaimed to make sure it doesn't go the other way. And the last 4 people, they just stall too long. The Astro Wall goes down, all the Sage slows, all the utility was just too much to handle in the dash in from Teddy, and it goes the way of Team Shiiiish. Now they have the operator back into Andrew's hands. They have rifles on everyone. They have the lockdown available for a retake if by chance that DA are able to get onto the site itself. And Andrew, yet again, needs to come up big with this operator. He needs to lock down these sites, and he's been dealt with so far. But if you can kind of dodge around all this Astra utility thrown at him, not only will he be able to rid the utility, but he'll be able to get picks for himself too.
Oh, the shot missed though. So much potential from both these Jets, and it's crazy when they finally face another team of their own caliber. I don't know if it's because of the nerves, like you mentioned a couple maps ago, or if it's just the fact that these guys are experts at avoiding operators. Maybe it's just that every other team has been walking into these shots, and both these rosters are adept at just not doing that. They're adept at just avoiding these lethal angles. And so far, these operators have not had the majority of the impact that we expect them to. Straight on to C, long angle taken, and they just go right through. Winchester is caught on top of the wall, and that's absolutely brilliant. There's no way they're going to check this. And the lockdown even gets Hunter's Fury. A tag onto Kevin because he's standing on it, and another one onto the spawn players. So much damage being done by that Hunter's Fury, but finally, Silver actually takes out his doppelganger inside that spawn. Another op shot misses, and Andrew needs to turn around because he needs to worry about both angles coming up from Garage as well. Ad gets a spam through the smoke. That's all he can really hope for at this point, but the shots going in return end up landing at least partially, and the smoke push straight through. It's so awkward. It doesn't even make sense what is happening right now, but Gen gets the final 2 frags, and they still have this defuse.
Yeah, I think that recon dart on the site itself was just huge from Team Shiiiish. No one actually shot that recon, and it just cleared out so much space because it got the ping onto, I believe, 2 or 3 members, and it just made it so easy for the team to retake. You know exactly where each person is. You don't have to have the crosshair placement for all these different angles. You just have to have it right on where the player pings happen, and they take out everyone on the site. The last 2 people in a 2 versus 4 aren't able to spam the spike in time, and it still goes the way of Team Shiiiish. They're coming back into this game after 5 rounds lost. They have 2 in their hands, and now it's the make or break. Economy not looking good for the side of DA, but Teddy makes it a little better.
Andrew's wide. He's wide. You don't expect that if you're Teddy, but he still managed the adjustment, and he's ready for that off angle as well. And now the A site is completely taken. There's no one here. There are 2 players that want to keep alive, want to wait until the rest of the team get to this position to be able to make this retake happen. But even still, it's going to be very, very difficult, especially after Kevin whiffs on Wives up in mid. Hunt this Fury to try and delay for just the time being. Dash out to prevent any damage. But still, the plant is going to go down, and even a peek from Winchester gets aggressive on a Silver, has a dismiss available. And Teddy, even a shot up into heaven. Gen's going to be taken out, his wings clipped and straight through the wall. Replay even gets his skull removed.
Yeah, on the A site, Andrew doesn't win out on the operator battle, even with that suck from the Astra doesn't work out for him. And when you can't have that operator hold down a site, especially when you're not sending resources to back up that opper, it just leaves that A site open. The flank works well as in addition for DA, and at that point you're just trapped. You have to watch that flank, you have to watch your forward, and there's nowhere you can go for Team Shiiiish. DA get 6. They're at least guaranteed minimum of even.
Oh, they're just going. They are actually just going. The Astra's the only one that's further behind, but that's because she's putting down smokes right now. She's putting down her stars, blast straight through replay, blinds a second one, but no one is there to take advantage of those blinds right now, and shots straight through, but oh my god, straight back, and Winchester gets finally the trade, but they have the res, and they all manage to get on the site. Winchester gets removed from the equation. And up in the corner, at his stuck front platform, Kevin peeks along and gets that kill as well. And now there's also a flank. Gen is here to do absolutely everything for their team. Judge in hands. He's going to be the executioner as well. Takes the first and the second. And there's a third lined up right behind. Teddy, though, has the longer range weapon and another one-shot kill gun in turn, so maybe able to do some more stuff. Gen gets his skull removed as well, but there's a second player that he doesn't expect, and he's not able to recover. Andrew with the jet difference, and 3-6 goes Shiiiish.
Yeah, the flanks this game have just been huge from either team, whether it is Winchester, whether it is Wives, whether it's Gen. Every single one just gets a couple kills for themselves, but it also just puts so much pressure on the other team since they have to watch two different angles. I'm surprised Replay here was able to get one, but he gets traded, and the smoke and all the utility on the C site in it of itself kind of prevented DA from pushing in cleanly. They were only really able to push in one by one, and they definitely got taken out one by one. Andrew Shiiiiish, though, is back on this Opera, and finally he wins out this Operator duel, and A site, it really feels like it's just locked down now.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're a fan of Team Shiiiiish, him winning that battle against the opposing jet of Teddy. Well, this one, though, at least Winchester is spotted out. There's nothing else popped other than that little bot up inside mid. Little beetle, such a bug up in there, but he managed to get out safely. In another engagement up inside garage, Winchester wants to take the close angle, and he ends up creeping all the way through, and I don't think they know until that turret ends up spawning, but up in the air, he is jumping. That's not supposed to be able to happen. Kevin gets absolutely destroyed.
Oh, but look at the C main. Replay is there. He has the spike now too, and he has so much control. As long as he can keep time, he'll be good.
Oh, there goes the Seekers. Shot going out. Oh, it goes a bit wide, and another flash. It's a fake one, but he turned. No, turn around, Replay. Where is your headphones? He's got no ears, no eyes, and Toucan has his head.
I have the spike.
1 versus 3, though, it should not be doable. There should be no way. He's at 32 HP, and Andrew does have the op all the way at the back of the site. So if he can get past that one player, perhaps, but the second one is already in position, looking from the garage connector, but he leaves. All up to Andrew. 1 shot, 1 bullet, 10 seconds, and he misses it. But Silver's back, just in the nick of time.
Definitely just there. The push actually, I can't believe that this jumping shot actually happened. That is the RNG working in Winchester's favor, but unfortunately a good heads-up play by Team Shiiiiish to push into C long actually works out well for them. So they'll be able to cut out that round. 4 for their side. They have momentum in their favor still, and the buy is broken for DA. Andrew Shiiiiish back on this Opera. This time he's not peeking aggressively, though. He wants to bait the enemy team in, give them a little bit of comfort before he just puts a bullet in their chest.
You want to find it?
Okay, that one's an interesting one, probably just to get some information, just in case Andrew is holding that position down, but Teddy, he's got no dash to be able to entry onto this site right now. We're just gonna end up having that smoke, and Andrew hits a beautiful shot. Don't know if that was a leg shot, but whatever the case, Teddy gets deleted. Sheriff policing long A. On the second one, Andrew is so fast right now. You can tell this guy is awake. He had, I don't know, a Red Bull in between the maps or something like that, but he definitely is showing up on this Haven at this point. Not looking too flashy. 10-7 only, but remember what we mentioned earlier. He was 1-5 in the first half. I mean, it's still the first half, but it's every one of these rounds after that has just felt so just full of everything, full of action. He's 1-5. Now he's 10-7. That means he is 9-2 over the past couple rounds. Winchester has found his way all the way into this B site, takes out one player, but he's pinched from every single angle, and Gen is able to wash him out. Now they're going to go for this retake in a 4 versus 2, and only lesser weaponry for both the players in Divine Ascension. Should be only up to this stage, but they're going to drop all the way back. No ultimates for either play unless Toucan can get lucky and get 2 frags, but all he has to work with is a sheriff, and now, I mean, there's nothing else, right? They have to go straight through the wall. Watching is Andrew has a bullet in the chamber, and a perfect flick, and Silver is there to help him out.
Yeah, the initial push onto the side, it felt like Teddy just goes a little bit too far forward from his team. He dashes in with the knives, is actually able to get a little bit of space, but it doesn't matter. The operator is there, his team's not there to follow up, and that makes the man disadvantaged. They rotate over towards C, but the Astro Wall goes up. You can't spam bullets through that. They have to push, and with 5 people just staring at that choke point, there's nothing that DA can do. 5-6, last round of the half. Everyone has a gun, including Andrew Shiiiish, who has 2. He just dropped one for himself. Operator battle yet again. Not going to meet up towards this A, but I think the question is who gets the first option? Who gets the first kill? Gets that man advantage for his team.
Oh, there goes the spot, and even bitten by the dog. Another no scope. I mean, mauled if you're that one landed if you're in Team Shiiiish. On Winchester is spotted out by that little termite yet again at the front of B's site, but he drops all the way back this time. Doesn't pop on him. Timing. Oh, a bit slow from Winchester.
They're all grouped up towards this mid. The alarm bot was killed, so it's only Gen here to watch it, and the wall actually goes down. They're still pushing in, though.
There's a star on the default plant. Winchester, he's done this before. He's gone all the way back towards the back of site and now takes the gong position. The team trusts him to be able to hold this, to lock this position down at the back of site. But Replay is already at the flank. Toucan is going to go down off of that, and the flash is good up in the mid, but the shots are not quite a turn from Wibes, but Winchester also falls on top of that, and Teddy is now last alive. Needs to pull an ace, a 1 versus 5 to be able to win out this round for the team, and he just gets run down by Silver. W key, and he knows he wants to punish Divine Ascension for all their sins. 6-6, it's all evened up.
Yeah, when you want to plant on that B site, most people will just evacuate, play for spam. But the thing is, if you play for spam, you still have to have mid window control. If someone sneaks into it, it basically is a crossfire set up on yourselves, and you can't spam the spike. You have to worry about all the bullets coming towards your face. And Team Shiiiish, even though they dropped, I believe, 5 early in a row, they still make up for it. They still get to that even score line, and now the pistol is super important from both teams. Whoever wins this gets the round advantage for themselves, is able to buy into the next, and will most likely get to that 8-6 score line.
Deja vu, long A. You see from Teddy this time, the defensive jet in the second half. How much contact is he going to make, though? He's sitting back. He's not wanting to get aggressive. Doesn't want to spot, but in fact, Winchester is the one to do exactly what he just said. Oh, straight up. Teddy does have the elevated angle, but the double peek from him. Gen as well as Sova tag along. And Ad still at the back of sight. He should be hearing these players come along, but Replay and Silver stereo kills to get on and secure that A site. And Toucan stuck in this spawn smoke, and he doesn't even expect Replay down in hell. Wibes looking to be the ascended that is so divine, but Recon Bolt spots him out and he wants to drop all the way back. 40 HP is going to take 2 bullets from any gun to kill him, and Replay even jumps back to play safe with his teammate. And everyone's kind of low on HP right now, so it's going to be quite the feat to be able to clutch this out, but Wibes isn't even going to shoot. The Recon is not even going to see him. It doesn't matter. Silver just goes right along and right-clicks him. And there is the 7th round for Team Shiiiish, and like you mentioned, probably an 8th coming along unless Divine Ascension are willing to go for a...
So far, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, a force buy here would still be pretty risky, because if you end up losing it, you are giving the enemy team pretty much a guaranteed 9. Your economy is just so shot. Rather just make it 8, make it a little bit harder, or a little bit easier of a hill to climb. Look at the buy from DA. They had 2 shorties. They dropped them both. They're going to pick them back up. One is on CU, one is on Garage. Unfortunately, no one is going there just yet, but potential is there if they rotate over fast enough to get into positions.
That's about nothing. I didn't see anything other than the wall up to the face. They shot down immediately. And Sage wants to maybe get some information, but straight through the smoke. The timing is... I don't know if it's good or bad, but Sage gets the advanced positioning and Killjoy finally meets. Kevin is the one to lose the fight against the Classic, in fact, and maybe not the best situation for Team Shiiiish at this point, because that's the entry for Divine Ascension, and I think perhaps a weapon recovered likely soon. The spike has been planted on the opposite side of the map, and some jumping shots. Wibes is trying to be a bunny up on the site still, and it's not going to work. Gen another kill. Toucan very, very low on HP, and Winchester catches one in the back, though. So maybe a bit of a trouble, but Silver is going to recover. They know where the final player is just with a pistol. The gun isn't able to be picked up until just then, but there goes the suck, and the vulnerable Silver has the body shots to finish it off.
A heads up play from Gen there as well. Knew his teammate went down towards A short. That's a gun down, something that can be recovered from the enemy team. Classics are a lot easier to fight against, except for that SMG. So he defends the gun, makes sure he kills the person that ends up going for it, and make sure that you're only going to end up retaking on those classics, those free guns. 8-6, exactly what we expected to see after that pistol round. But now it's the buy from DA. This is make or break for them. They don't want to give this one away, or it's basically double digits for the enemy team and possibly the reverse sweep in imminent.
Ooh, instant headshot from Teddy on Andrew, and they don't even need ops to be able to take this battle, but Teddy's gonna win out without that long-range weapon. Even a spot on the backs, and Winchester even goes right past the turret, takes out Replay with the flash to prevent the slowdown, and he goes all the way back into this mid, is ready for the next gunfight, but the attack is scared. They don't want to take this next engage because they've already lost 2 men, and they know how proficient this Reyna is at taking just one-on-one duels. Gonna go back for it. Winchester maybe bites up a bit more than he can shoot, but this is a second one here. Toucan is taking this forward positioning, is preventing anyone from going back past their spawn. They're locking them into this A site for the time being.
Huh?
Good morning, good night.
Good night. Goodbye. And Teddy gets the kill. Toucan gets another, and so far Gen 1 versus 4. Ooh,
dude,
nice flick on the Toucan, but it's still a 1 versus 3. 30 seconds though, there's potential. A lot of people watching this spike though.
Left.
The timing. I mean, who knows if he would have won either one of these fights coming towards this A, but just trying to save a weapon. There's a lot of time to wait right now. I think if Teddy wants to peek into this mid, he's probably going to check this corner. Hello again.
And good night yet again. Goes up to 8. They need to get this next round though. It is the buy for Team Shiiiish. The rifles are in their hands now. No money for that operator though, and a couple will be on those specters, most notably Gen and Kevin. So the firepower not necessarily meeting up to par, but still, it's again make or break. Whoever wins this, and it needs to be DA if they want to come back in this series, because losing that pistol put them down 2 rounds. They need to make it up.
And they definitely have the better money right now. Gen being at the top of the scoreboard for the side of Shiiiish only has a sheriff. Everyone else other than Kevin on a rifle, and even a shoulder peek from Wibes doesn't get punished for it. That was a chance missed by Shiiiish to have an entry, make an impact. And even up on long A, Teddy gets all the way back safely as well. But they all leave, they all vacate, because Winchester, he's pushed all the way up. He knows that there's a lot of pressure right now, a very, very fast flank if anything happens to happen, but they don't check him. I think Replay half cleared it. He has no idea. No one else is going to be here, so Winchester has to collect this kill very, very soon. But this is still could be an absolute disaster. Things go wrong. He's been spotted. It took him way too long, and he gets punished for it. That's absolutely unbelievable. There is no heal. That's a lot of damage done on the Replay, but still a very massive blunder from the Reyna on the defense, and Andrew gets a second one as well. Toucan tries to hold down the C site, but this is not going to happen. Even the Hunter's Fury is there to take him out, and Andrew tagging along. Following up onto the spawn player, Teddy is last alive, needing to recover a 1 versus 4. Well, even though, I mean, there should be no chance.
Well. Yeah, this is looking too hot. They're going to push into the other side as well. So technically, Teddy can take this 1v1 and maybe dip out, but no, Andrew Shiiiiish already gonna dash in, and that's just going to bait Teddy in. The crossfire is set up, and big mistakes from DA there. That's the thing about having that timing, making sure that you can try and get more, but if you just wait too long, the trigger discipline doesn't work out in your favor. I can already hear the comms. Why did he check that corner? Someone already checked it. Doesn't make any sense. But Winchester in these grand finals, you gotta just take the kill. You have to dismiss out, get your man advantage early, because that's how you're gonna win.
It's okay. I respect him for making the play because yeah, you could have gotten to. It was possible, like that the sky was there for a long time. But when he gets up like halfway up mid, just take the shot, man. Like he let him get all the way to Cubby. You're getting a bit greedy at that point, and you're still not winning this map yet. Teddy definitely making that a bit more realistic. Second headshot is very good on the follow-up, and even the dash expended, but he's taking on the fight. Silver wants to challenge as well, but the gunplay is just not good enough. Andrew with the recovery, Kevin with enough to trade, so they keep this one a bit close, but up in mid, this is going to be the next important fight, and Andrew, though, doesn't manage to win it out. Wibes gets traded. And now it's a 1 versus 2. A spot on this long player. Toucan comes from the other angle and gets removed as well. Ad now in a 1 versus 1. The lesser gun at his feet, but has a rifle if he wishes to pick it up. I don't know if Kevin knows. Kevin does not realize that that was an A main player. I think he thought that turret spotted the garage. But he gets it anyways. It's good enough. And Ad, he didn't opt to pick up the Phantom. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but very, very fortunate for Kevin. Manages that 1 versus 2, and they keep themselves in the lead, and the momentum still in Shiiiish's favor.
Yeah, so Ad is actually one of those players who likes to stick with the LMGs. He's been pretty good about it so far, but yeah, those long-range angles, you definitely want to switch out. So big mistakes, even after Teddy goes huge with the 3K, the individual peaks onto the last person just don't work out. And a clutch from Kevin Shiiiish puts double digits on the board for Team Shiiiish. They have 3 ultimates as well. And Wibes gets Andrew Shiiiish. There is no res since the Sage isn't on that team. That's an early advantage here for DA. Let's hope they don't throw this one.
Oh, I mean, well, there goes Toucan. Wall bang straight through what was that garage. He just got spammed through the box straight up. And Ad, he can't retake it because his Seekers is coming all the way through. Smoke in the window, and Wibes backside has support. Ad, oh no, he runs out of bullets, and Replay takes him out. But there is a flank, perhaps. When does it activate, though? Teddy has revealed his position. Smoke going through, and he's not going to expect this angle. Gen, an instant headshot, and maybe a second. Replay peeks onto spawn, and this teamwork from these 2 final players is absolutely impeccable. Manage the 2 versus 3, was that? And they keep themselves at 11, 4 rounds ahead, and only 2 to win this map.
Hey, you talk about the team play from Team Shiiiish, but I feel like the team play and communication from DA is breaking down. You see them taking these individual peaks when they could actually be peaking together, making those kills so much harder. Maybe it's just the fatigue talking or something. I mean, DA, they've been undefeated so far. Maybe they were thinking that the series was going to be a lot easier than it is. But even now, on our 4th map, 11 rounds, 2 rounds away from winning this one out, making the reverse sweep possible. And Teddy with this Marshall, not able to get the first shot. It is revealed as well. He's going to have to go back, but he's also alone on site. There's not really a lot of backup for him.
Oh my, he is so aggressive. He's so brave. He's still going for the fights, even though he knows he's alone. He knows he's being run down, but he's still wanting to take engagements and finally drops all the way back. The lockdown is going to get put down. There's no Hunter's Fury to be able to deny, and Winchester already on a flank as well. He knows that the rest of these players are locked down inside this A. The plant is commencing, and he even goes back. Doesn't want to take any risk, but Teddy goes forward, already on the tap, on the spike, and 2 spray down from Silver coming on through spawn. He has to get off, right? He doesn't. He sticks it, but Winchester is the one to take out the spawn player. Even the flash to try and recover his own life, and it doesn't work out. A 1 versus 2 now. Spike already half, but both players are playing on it, so there's no ninja defuse going to be happening at this point. Wibes needs to drop, takes damage off of that. They know exactly where he is. 50 health, and it's not enough with the gun in hands. Replay even going to show off a bit at the end. And that's a match point for Shiiiiish, looking to make the reverse sweep a reality.
again, DA, they push onto the site, and actually it works out well. Andrew Shiiiiish gets the pick onto the Astra, gets the gun, is able to start defusing, but the site wasn't clear. The communication necessarily wasn't there, and the 2K goes through. Andrew Shiiiiish still sticks it despite the fact that the Sky pushes into the site, and it ends up going in Shiiiiish's favor, 12-7, one round away from sending us to a game 5, despite the 2-0 lead from DA. And it's back towards the A site, back towards Teddy, who's been trying to bolster this one up, but he doesn't necessarily. Oh,
No, not like this. Not in the grand finals. I mean, we can say that, but it happens anyways. So many things that might not be the case, that shouldn't end up being the case, end up happening, and that's Teddy with a very, very quick opening pick, but on to C right now. It's very, very fast from the attack as well. 3 ultimates on the board, knives, as well as an Astro Wall. You've got the Seekers already expended, but they're planting safe. They're planting straight in the center. Maybe a bit wise from Replay because he doesn't get hit by the Hunter's Fury, but Ad with the res on a Winchester outside garage, coming back into that position and maybe catching a player off guard, and a weird timing. No, Ad is actually the one to not expect the corner player. Jen gets a kill, and in the smoke goes Andrew. Wibes is now the last player alive to keep them in this map. Divine Ascension need to win a 1 versus 3 from this man. He needs to do everything. 2 more stars in his pocket, but it doesn't look like he wants to put anything down. Goes for a molly. He gets sucked into it as well. So much damage. He just absolutely gives up. There's nothing he can do. 13-7, and here we go. 2-0, or 2-2, in fact. This has been such an insane series. It's really a frazzle for every single player and caster right now. But Team Shiiiiish, they're running it all the way back. They're all evened up right now, Sparky.
yep, they definitely are. Just look at that scoreboard. Gen and Andrew Shiiiiish topping it right off. And I gotta say, Anton, I don't know if it is that fatigue setting in or it's this tilt or something, but it feels like DA, they're just not playing up to what they usually do. Their team play isn't necessarily there. They're peaking one by one, even on a retake on itself. And it just feels like with the momentum in the favor of Team Shiiiiish from the past 2 maps, they have a very, very good shot of winning this 3rd one.
Definitely. And this is honestly, this is, I think, the first map I have witnessed Teddy and Winchester both going even. You gotta remind the audience, for those of you that haven't that weren't here earlier, or the ones that have watched Divine Ascension's previous matches but haven't, or wondering who the heck is Winchester, right? Who the heck is this guy? It's Remil. It's remilitarization. There goes his name. Once more, but yes, he changed his name. That's it. It's the same player, and he plays the same agents. He plays the Reina as well. So you got to remember how much this guy popped off in tournaments before and in series before. But now, again, first map, the Teddy and him have both gone even. That doesn't happen very often. Like it again, I don't think it's ever happened. And like you said, whether it be fatigue, whether it be the fact that, yeah, we're about 2 hours, 2.5 hours into this series, in this best of 5, 3 hours. Thank you, Maker. Thank you, our producer. But yeah, this is a while. I don't think either of these teams have played this long. Maybe Team Shiiiiish with the endurance, because I remember a 2022 map at one point on Breeze where Andrew dropped a whopping 57. So maybe, there you go. There's their upper hand. That's what they're coming in this match with. And we're going to be going on this match with going out on this split. They're looking to split the difference of all this prize pool among all their 5 players, but they have to split the scoreline against Divine Ascension first, and we're going to see what happens after this quick break.